Okay, so confession time. I haven't bought one Christmas gift. Happy day 17 of Vlogmas. It's day 17. That means I have like no time before Christmas. But today is the day that Santa buys all her presents. I call myself Santa because I have to buy presents for everyone. So, what's the plan today? I woke up a little bit earlier than normal. I read my book, and now I'm headed to hot yoga, and then I'm gonna buy everyone their gifts. I have to like make a list. Today's gonna be a day. Today's gonna be a day. Okay, I just tried to record this, and it didn't go. So with the theme of today, I just got back from hot yoga. I went to get some coffee. I ended up having to go to Dutch Bros again because I like to do like local coffee shops usually. And I put in a local coffee shop, went there, and it didn't exist. And then while I was backing out, because I had like turned down a one-way or a dead end because that's what Google had told me to do, this lady came like speeding behind me and basically almost hit me. I just kind of laughed it off because I decided that I didn't want to have a bad day. And then I went to Dutch Bros, huge line. Stayed in it, was like, guess I have more time to jam out to my music. I was just kind of enjoying my music this morning. And then on the way out, I wasn't paying attention and I ended up making a U-turn instead of making my turn, which is like really easy to do here in Austin. It's like on the highways or like even like the just like main streets, you can either like make a U-turn or just make a left, and if you don't pay attention you could accidentally make a U-turn. So I did, and I totally just laughed it off and called Nick and whatever. Anyway, my point to say this is that any of those things could have made me spiral into having a bad day, but I decided this morning that I was gonna have a good day. So I put a positive spin on all of those things, and that's possible for anyone. Lots of kids out today. I don't know if they're out for winter break already, but it seems kind of early, or if it's like a holiday or something, but like the kids definitely didn't have school today. There were a bunch of Dutch Bros, there were a bunch just like while I was driving, and then there was a bunch in my complex just like out and about. So it's pretty chilly here today, in the 50s. Like I said, I'm Santa, so I'm gonna now make a list of everyone we have to get gifts for and then go get the gifts. Shopping. Let me see the shopping bag. Shopping bag. The bag. The bag. Got the goods. See? It says Oshkosh on there. So I just made dinner. I got home, I did most of my Christmas shopping. Home Goods was amazing for finding gifts. And then I went to TJ Maxx and it was a mess. The line was like wrapped around the store. Where else did I go, Nick? To Christmas shop. I feel like I went to one more store. Oh, and I went to Kohl's, which everybody knows Kohl's is great. Good morning. I did not finish the vlog last night. My depression is back and it's manifesting in just zero energy. So I'm just taking it day by day and doing the steps that I have to do to get through it. But just being very kind to myself. Okay, now that I'm a little bit more dressed, I just want to talk about depression a little bit more, especially on the heels of Twitch committing suicide, dying. I think that there's a misconception that people with depression are sad all the time, and it's not true. And I can have my happiest moments when I'm going through a depressive episode, but it's weird. Like, I can be happy and have really good times, but I'm like unmotivated. I feel like I'm not myself. I feel like I'm getting further away from myself. When I'm alone, I feel this like pull of just like sadness, and there's like this like black hole that I just get like pulled into of sadness, and I just can't like make my way out of it. And it's more of dealing with yourself when you're alone. And I think I said this before, but I've been doing everything I know I should be doing, even though I am going through a depressive episode, and like going to the gym, going to hot yoga, eating healthy, not drinking a ton, which is helping me just have like stay grounded and know that, you know, it's only temporary, it'll pass. And it's also helping me that I kind of have a reason, right? Because like a lot of times with depression, not having a reason for why you're depressed is the hardest part. And so because, you know, we're dealing with infertility, I can kind of blame it on something, and I can kind of say I'm sad because of that. And I think that it's just hard to explain to someone without depression that like you can have happy moments and genuinely seem happy, but also be going through a depressive episode. And for anyone out there that's struggling, you know, I get it. I saw a lot of people say like reach out to your friends, especially the happy ones. You know, more likely than not, someone who is genuinely going through a depressive episode they won't let you know, you know, that that's what it is. And sometimes they don't know it themselves. I was watching TikTok last night, and one of the TikToks that I saw was like just a girl, and she just like had a description on it. You know, she's going about her day, and she's like, it's happening again. Like, you're withdrawing from people, you're sleeping more, you're not as motivated as you were to do the things that you love. You know, just remember that this will pass. And that's like the best thing I think that you can say to someone with depression. Like, it's gonna pass. Because when you're in it, it just feels like this deep dark hole, and it feels like it might go on forever. And just understanding that it'll pass. And the best way I can explain it is like when you're sick and you can't really taste food, right? But you still eat, but it's just not the same. Like, you can't really taste food. That's kind of like what depression does to like your appetite of life. You're kind of like going through the motions, but it's not the same. It's not the same sweetness. It's not the same, like, you don't feel that like desire to do everything and to be yourself. And then I think that's why like your happiest moments sometimes happen during your depressive episode, because once a little bit of happiness that isn't even normally how you would feel, like, well, a little bit of happiness breaks through that isn't even like a ton of happiness in your normal life, but during a depressive state, if that little bit of happiness breaks through, it just causes like, just, you know, you want to say it's going to be a ripple, but sometimes it's not, but it just feels so much more intense. So that's my little spiel on depression. And if you're going through a depressive state right now, it will pass. And just keep going through the motions and doing the things that you know will eventually make you feel good. and eventually you'll get to the end of it.